Welcome back. Our first guest is an actress and also a political activist. Her new children's book is called Hope, Project Class President. Please welcome back to our show, Alyssa Milano. Okay.
Hello.
Hi.
Hello, Wendy and 3 people.
How you doing? First, I want to get shoe cam. Shoe cam? Do you have shoes on?
Oh, shoe cam. Okay, so my daughter picked these out for you.
Okay. Perfect.
First, they're pink.
They would work with that.
Little Christian Dior number. The little cool heel. So that's for you.
Barely
and it was
worn.
between this one and this one, also pink.
Oh.
So I bought them both.
So your kids recently had a birthday. How was that under the circumstances?
I mean, we made the best of it. You know, this is a very hard time, as I think, you know, everyone in the world is sort of feeling. We all got tested right before so that my parents could come over, and we had like an outdoor party, and then we did like a drive-by where all of their friends decorated their cars and dropped them off presents, and we gave them pieces of cake, and it was sad. It made me sad that this is like their reality. And
How old are they?
Childhood.
How old are they now?
They're 9 and 6.
So they're
the
old enough.
9-year-old is having a lot harder time with it. The 6-year-old is just, you know, she's happy to be with mommy and daddy all day.
Yeah.
But the 9-year-old is definitely missing her. I mean, his sports and all of his friends. And so
Now you had COVID back
it's hard. It's a hard time.
You had COVID back in April. So
I did.
How are you feeling now? And how were you feeling prior to? Like, how did you know it was COVID? Because we were just hunkering down here in New York in March.
Yes. Well, I got sick, I think, in March. So with this illness, it ebbs and flows. So I was first I was in Portland, and I was doing a movie, and that's when they first started finding cases in Portland. And then I went to New York for a wedding. And when I got home from that, my best friend and I, who traveled together, we got sick on the same exact day. And at first it was just my stomach, and I had a really bad headache. And then I started to feel better, but I thought, you know what, I'm just going to go for a test just to be sure. And the test came back negative. So I thought, okay, I don't have this. And then, I don't know, 2 days later, it landed in my chest. And Wendy, it was the most, I've never experienced anything like that in my life. I thought I was gonna die, I really did. It felt like I was in a corset and an elephant was sitting on my chest.
Yeah. That's what they say.
Yeah, and then I was I had this moment where I was like, well, do I stay home? Do I go to the hospital? And it was when they were not allowing people into the hospital. And I thought, oh my God, if I'm going to die, I'm going to die alone. So I'd much rather be here. And it was terrifying. So I was sick, acutely sick for about 5 weeks. And now for the last 5 months, I've had, the long hauler symptoms.
But it doesn't look like your hair was falling out. Your hair looks beautiful.
This is a piece.
Oh, and away she goes. These are our people.
Right here.
These are our people.
Yeah.
Okay, but
so
I was reading that Kellyanne Conway has it now, and her 15-year-old daughter has it, who was trying to get emancipation, which is a twofer, these teenagers,
right.
Right. Trump tested positive.
Yeah.
Go.
I mean, so when I first heard that he tested positive, for COVID, you know, I was stunned that a man who refuses to wear a mask would catch a highly contagious virus, right? Of course, I'm being facetious. I was not stunned at all. But I wanted to be like, I felt like I couldn't, I didn't want to be disrespectful or speak ill of him while he was sick and while everyone was being diagnosed.
Yes.
You know, so I know how it felt. I had this thing and it was brutal. So I wanted to be aware and
he's twice your age.
Yeah. Well, I wanted to have empathy for him though. So I didn't say anything, but then he went on that crazy joyride, waving to people, putting his Secret Services at risk. Right. And then he got back to the White House and he made all those weird videos that made it seem like he got sick on purpose so that he could leave. I don't know. The whole thing just felt like propaganda. And, you know, 215,000 people have died and cases are spiking right now. And he's telling people to not be afraid and just go, you know, live their lives. And the other thing I think it's important to say is like people who get this are not and who are hospitalized, they're not going to have the same treatment that he gets.
Correct.
Like he got some sort of fancy treatment that's not even FDA approved. So you know, so I just hope that everyone takes this seriously, regardless of what those in leadership positions.
And vote. Vote.
Yeah, of course.
Vote. Okay. So, why are you continuing with this thing with Roseanne McGowan?
Rose McGowan?
Exactly.
I'm not continuing with it. Rose has lashed out on social media a few times.
But you were on the same show.
Against me and my husband. And yeah, I mean, I don't know what to say. It makes me really sad. But then, you know, I think about the fact that hurt people, right? And I don't want to add to that pain. So I'm just gonna wish her well and leave it at that. Okay. And hope that she heals. But it's very sad and it hurts. It hurts.
Well, we still love you both on Charmed, and I want to talk to you about. And by the way, because here in New York it comes on at least 3 or 4 times a day. Congratulations on this new book. Tell us about it. Tell us about Hope. Tell us about this book.
Well, it is the 3rd book in a book series that a Scholastic has been so kind to put out there for me. And I just believe that young people are going to change the world. So the Hope book series is about really a young budding activist, and her name is Hope. And she wants to change the world, but she has to get through middle school first. So this book in the series is called Hope Project Class President. And my co-writer, Debbie McGowan, and I thought that it would be a great idea for Hope to run for class president.
Okay.
And through her experience, we can teach kids about civic engagement because we want to mobilize young people. We want them to understand how important it is that when they turn 18, that they're part of the political process. Because I believe
she was Samantha Maselli, but she is now Alyssa Milano, an activist, a mother, and somebody who we need in our lives. Thank you so much, Alyssa, for being friends to this show. Pick up a copy of Hope, Project Class President. It's in stores now.